All right.
Okay, and I think we are live. Welcome. Good morning or good afternoon to you. Happy Friday.
Afternoon, everybody. Or good morning.
Yeah. How is the weather for you?
Oh, very grey.
Is it?
Very grey and lots of rain at the moment. It's a little bit close and oppressive, the energy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went to London in the wintertime, I was like, I think December, January time. I think it was January. It was really gray and foggy. It wasn't quite snowy the way it is here, but it was really foggy, a little bit of rain and stuff. And but it was still beautiful. It was still
Yeah,
really beautiful.
there's a lot of people because we've got such little sunlight, and because a lot of people can suffer from SAD syndrome and so on. And there's a lot of people that need some love at the moment in their lives. The energy and the weather exacerbates that, I think. The energy is very kind of, yeah, it's oppressive. And there's an energy in the sense that people are pushing on and doing their best. And yet there's this need to just stop, just stop and give ourselves some love. And that's really quite strong here at the moment, the energy that I pick up on.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
The people in my family tend to be high sensitives, and I realized this year that almost every one of us um, needs a little extra vitamin D this time of year.
Definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
yeah. So, and I didn't, I thought it was just maybe me or one of us. No, it's almost every single one of my family members. So, it's that. But
But in terms of the energy, it makes, I know you feel the same, it makes me really understand the guidance that so many of us are being given around this divine inner love at this time. Um, and I'm feeling that that's very much needed. And the people I'm working with, this is where they're at as well. Um,
yeah, this is a turbulent time of year naturally. And
yes.
then we're also going through a lot
Yeah.
because we're ascending really fast. And so many people are waking up, and that is a lot of new energy to connect with and associate with. So it's a tremendous amount of things to comprehend on all kinds of levels.
Yeah.
Not
Definitely.
it's not one level.
Mm, mm.
And so I think the last couple portals have been extremely strong because of that. You know?
Definitely. Definitely. And I'm feeling very strongly that this retreat is just at the right time.
I do
It's
too.
at the right time for people.
I do too. And the fact that we're taking a little bit of time, in the month of February when it's always dedicated to this love, and then using it to before, people celebrate loving other people and going
Yes.
back and loving ourselves. And not
Yes.
just saying, okay, I love myself, but saying, I love myself in a divine way.
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't even realize what the terminology, but behind divine means. But it's like connecting in a very powerful way with source essence.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. I've been before I do any retreat, I always like to use myself as the guinea pig
Mm,
and all
mm.
of the things I'm going to share. And I've been
Yeah.
doing that for the last month or two,
Yeah.
you know, and it's so beautiful because the energy, just sampling that, it's like, wow.
Wow.
It's so wonderful. I keep telling a couple of my students, if I just go there by myself with you and sit on the beach, that would be the most magnificent gift alone.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Christina. And it's really important because on this journey, that's it, isn't it? We're all on this journey. We're all at this point where we're really connecting on a deeper level to this divine inner love, which is the absolute essence of self love. But as we're connecting to this divine inner love and we're all doing it, and we're delivering on the retreat, but we have to go through it. We have to go through it, don't we, to be able to do that. And as we're all doing this together, we're going inwards to move outwards instead of outwards to move inwards. Does that make sense? This divine inner love isn't there when we're rushing round everywhere, isn't there when we say, oh, well, I can't do that because I can't do that for myself because of this or because of that. And then looking for what I see as quick fixes outside of ourselves that do help. There's many things that do help and are most valuable, but it's not that long-term connection and inner love with yourself. And it's a case of us looking inwards to heal, and we're all doing that, to continue this healing. And the healing is an important part of the retreat as we've been guided. But it's from that inner love then that when we talk about one love and oneness and connection and so on, it isn't going to happen until we've got it right inside. And then it moves outwards. So, what we're doing on the retreat is so important on an individual level, but it's an important part of where we're going.
Yeah,
It's
I
huge,
agree.
isn't it? It's huge.
Yeah, I remember when we were working with Mia,
Mm,
and she told us, I don't remember what activation or whatever, maybe it was just coaching, but she said, Mother Goddess, Mother Earth is, takes a lot when we
mm,
naturally just tend to ground and give her all of our stuff, when we're grounding, and we release to her all the time.
yeah, all the healing, yeah.
Yeah, and she said we can release outward, we can release in other ways. And that
Yes.
was really profound when she said that. For this, I found, instead of releasing down, we're going to be showing how to release in other aspects. And what came in this week is to offer to release back to source. And that's what I do for quantum. And so
Yes.
we're going to do those, and I'm going to do quantum codes. And I hadn't been doing um, divine love codes in previous retreats. I don't know why, they just hadn't come in. I,
Mm,
these were very beginning codes I had received when I first started doing quantum. But it came in to start going back and doing these divine love codes. And I practiced this with a student of mine, and then I practiced on myself, and it was just beautiful. I was just like, oh my gosh. And when I've gotten so used to just doing them, I don't pay attention. But I started to read it, and part of the code says to take all of the negativity and transmute it and then give it back to source. And I
yes.
put that in the women's group that we have started. And then I share, I'm going to be showing the women how to do this for themselves, and they'll be able to have it indefinitely afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It's like, sorry, go on.
no, what were you going to say?
Just that we are cosmic energy exchanges, and I've got that on my page, my website, because I was given, you're a cosmic energy exchanger, and that's what we're doing at the moment. We are changing the energy that we are living in, and it's we can manage that energy. We can do that, and we can exchange that energy, and we can exchange the vibration of the energy. And this divine inner love is again the essence of changing the vibration of that energy, the energy that we live in, that we experience within, but also that we are going to experience outside. And we can already see these things happening, in the reflections with other people, can't we? We can see the changes. Some people might say, "You must be mad. You must be mad. Can you see what's happening in the world?" Yes, but I can see this divine inner love coming through people and moving out towards other people, and us being able, and I teach people, and I know you do this, I teach people how to manage their energy. And we'll be doing it on the retreat as well, won't we? How to manage even those simple interactions on a day-to-day basis. And coming back to Mia has she shared something on Instagram. I was just listening it to before we came on, talking about her observation of someone speaking to someone in a really negative way, and the other person then saying, "It's not okay for you to put this energy onto me." And that's it. That person values himself, and he's in a place, and he's in that place of love where he says, "That's not okay that you do that to me." But that's our responsibility now, isn't it? And I know
Mhm.
I'm going off as a tangent here, but in a way it's not a tangent, because this is where we're moving to. I know the guidance that you receive and the guidance I'm receiving. This is where we are moving to. And this divine inner love, it's beautiful. Why, I just want it for
Yeah.
everybody.
Well,
But
because that's also a
this is
type
where
of
it
love.
starts. Yeah.
Because it's giving yourself that shield and saying, I value myself, I respect myself enough to speak up and say that I'm not going to accept this in my space.
Yeah. It's
And
wonderful.
that's perfectly acceptable. In
Yeah.
fact, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I
It's
loved it.
beautiful. Yes, that's
And maybe we
beautiful.
should share, because I know that I see these things, and and even sometimes my son will say something and I'm just like, wow. I've been working all of this out, and you've come and you know all this already. But the point is that when I see these mirrors, I think I need to share them more as well, and then we can get those out to people and get that energy out in lots of different ways. But coming back to the retreat, this is where it starts, and it starts with us, doesn't it? It starts with this divine inner love, this beautiful connection with Source. And my first book is called The Gateway to the Soul, and it's all around energy and our energy, and it's linked in with the workshops that we're going to be doing as well on the retreat, and we'll be doing together in the future. So yeah, it's really exciting, this retreat. Healing and releasing, but healing on a much deeper level, so that we can really connect with that divine inner love.
I'm so proud of you for doing all of these books because, you speak about me, but I I have a lot of respect for all of the books or in the writing you do because, after the struggles I have had to just start to write it all, to see you doing these books, it really gives me um, something to to look at in a, and to look forward to, because it's like, okay, if she can do it, I know I can do it too,
Exactly,
you
exactly.
know?
That's it. And it's we're all in it together. We're all doing
Yeah.
it together. We're all being given guidance in what to do. But I see it as a giant jigsaw puzzle. And yeah, we activate each other then, don't we, to do things as you do with me. And I think on the retreat, all of us women will activate each other. Obviously, we're leading and holding space, but we'll all be doing, I think I said this on the last live, but it's an important part of it. We'll all be activating and holding each other.
Yeah. Well, and so we're going to be doing a couple of workshops, and I'm really looking forward to the no, not the workshops, the women's circles first. Well,
Mm,
we're going to do the women's circles. And um in past retreats we've talked about divine masculine, divine feminine, but that was when I talked about it. So this time it's really exciting because every person has their own variation a little bit to that. So you're going to lead the women's circle on divine masculine, divine feminine, and we're going to bring it together this time for one.
yeah, yeah. The guidance I've been given that, and again, it in the book, using journaling as a technique, it just assists people with this. But the guidance is that um, our energy, our vibration, and our alignment with our soul, um, it all comes into place when our energy is in balance. There's a balance within our energy, within duality at the moment for us to reach. And where that will go in the future, you know, in the new world, who knows right now? None of us know. But at the moment, the guidance is that we have the responsibility of understanding ourselves on a really deep level energetically, where we we can recognize that balance within us, and if we go out of balance we can bring our balance back again, where we're in the gateway to our soul, because it's all about this alignment with the soul. We've never, it's such an exciting time to live right now that we've got opportunity to do this. um and so, yeah, it's about our energy and understanding that. But the divine masculine and the divine feminine are a huge part of bringing that into balance, both within us and within our relationships with other people. So, so much more will come through. And it's really exciting where we're going. But this retreat is an absolute core essence of where we're at and where we're going on an individual level and beyond.
Yeah, I feel like if we don't, when we don't have the divine masculine or divine feminine in
Yeah.
alignment, it affects everything, you know?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and then source coming in. It's the purest connection for us to be, as we develop that, we connect with our aspect and we bring in our own blueprint, our own color, and it it's like that's where we connect with our safety, our true um, our true authenticity.
Yeah.
Feels
Yeah.
so good to be in that spot when we're so in alignment with those. I just That feels so yummy to me.
And it's freedom. It's
it,
that
it
feeling of
is.
freedom, isn't it?
It is. It feels
Mm,
just so clear,
yeah.
so good. Yeah. And and then the next one we were going to talk about practice of pause.
Yeah.
And this has been coming in for me because it's um, a lot of times we think, okay, to when we're triggered, um, or when someone doesn't align, to just release. And although release has a wonderful, um, it's wonderful to do. I mean, I release myself, But when we can go deeper and we can feel what it is that is triggering us, we can connect with how that is affected us. And then we're not feeling the need to release as often.
Yeah.
Then we can go back and go down even deeper,
Yeah.
and we can figure out what those core wounds, or what has bothered us so often in the past, or what is it about that person, or what is about that thing, or whatever, that memory. And then we can say, oh wow, thank you, you
Yeah.
gave me guidance.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're
Yeah.
going to go through those steps, because even the worst experience can bring us the best information. And so when we can bring that and turn it around, we can connect with so many good things. So we can bring that to healing aspects. And
Yeah.
then those difficult aspects can turn into powerful attributes for us.
Yeah.
And then we can use them for our greatest good. But then we can turn around, and instead of just feeling like we have to get rid of something, like it's a bug or something negative, we can send it love.
Exactly. Yeah, and
And
I've
then we
experienced this lately very much, yeah.
Yeah, and then we can be like, wow, and I've been doing this quite a lot lately. I've been
Yeah,
practicing it quite a lot, and it's
yeah,
really helpful. And so,
yeah,
anytime something irritates me, I send it love and I say, wow, thank you for this new wisdom and knowledge you're giving me. And and then it opens up new doors, and I don't, they're no longer an irritation. They're a gift. They're a wonderful
exactly.
gift. And I
Yeah,
raise the vibration for them. I raise the vibration for me. I'm blessed. Even if I no longer am working with them or see them, or have experienced whatever it is, I still feel wonderful about that.
yeah. And you've taken on that responsibility for your energy, when you said about the vibration that it creates within you, because you're taking on an energy and from a reflection that you've seen, in someone, whether that's an action or a word or something you feel from that person. And instead of then reacting in a way that you would normally do, you're taking that pause and you're doing exactly what you've just said. And we're coming back to what we said before. We are transmuting the energy. We're changing that energy. We're not continuing with that energy. And again, I talk about this in the book. Um, and we are taking that responsibility. And it's about us taking that responsibility for ourselves. And it's really empowering when you do that, because you are creating the energy that you live in, that you choose to live in. And it just feels so much better. Yeah, it
Yeah,
changes everything, doesn't it?
it really does. The first time I was given this was a year or two ago, when through a meditation, I was shown my sexual predator. And I was abused as a little girl. And they didn't show me him as my abuser, they showed me him as a little boy who
Oh,
was being abused.
oh,
And so I could then, because he was a man when he abused me, but then I could give him understanding and love for the first time ever since I was 7 years old.
yes.
And it brought around things so much. It changed the dynamic of it. And I was able to see the situation so much different. And for the first time since I was a little girl, I was able to forgive him
Wow.
and and release that.
Wow.
So,
That's really empowering, Christina. You really are an example, a way shower to us.
well,
Yeah. Thank you for
well, thank you.
sharing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just came in
Yeah.
to share, so that's why I did. But but yeah, but yeah, that's just an example
It
of
is.
the type of situation. I mean, you can use it for all
Definitely.
kinds of things.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
And that's empowering. It's
yeah, and
empowered you.
it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And we have one other um, topic, and for some reason, it's escaping me, and it's going to bug me. Do you remember?
So we did talk about people taking things back on a practical level, so it's a retreat and a healing retreat, but it's and really assisting us with this inner divine love that is the absolute essence of where we're at and what we're doing right now for ourselves and for the collective. Um, but that practical essence of taking things back, I think really, oh, my battery is low, so I'll answer this and then I'll plug it in again. Um, so I think the apps, what the workshops we're doing, they'll be able to have those tools and take them home and apply them to their daily lives to make that difference for themselves.
Yeah, I maybe the last one was the we were going to talk about the divine. Oh,
Oh, where have I gone?
I think because your battery. I think you're still here, but your
Yeah,
battery is
you
low.
just carry on, Christina, and I
Okay.
will.
So, we were going to talk about this, what the divine meant. Was that what it was?
We did. Yeah, we said that we would have a chat about explaining the word divine.
Yeah,
And
and
when we were talking, I loved the way that you explained.
oh no, I lost her for, I don't know if she's coming back or not. But yeah, we're going to go in and talk about how the difference between divine inner love and just inner love, because there's actually a difference between the two. Um, Most people think, okay, there's just that inner love, but divine inner love is the connection between our our source energy and our love. And so as we connect with that energy of source and love in ourself, then we are not feeling like we have to go outside to experience love. We always have that connection between source and ourselves. And we will be going in depth through that workshop to really connect with that, and how different ways and how to experience that or connect with that and talk about that. And it's really cool because the workshops are open for discussion. We work through different things, and so it's a really wonderful way for people to really talk and interact and feel what is going on. And I kind of like it because I feel like this is workshops and the women's group are the times that are really hands on. And I think I actually got the two mixed up. This is the women's group. So these are the women's group discussions, and then we're going to talk about the workshops probably next week, as well as our uh, we're probably going to be showing the pictures of the place, because the pictures we have been showing are actually not going to be, we're going to have a little bit nicer of a place than we have pictured online, because we just happen to be able to get a little bit nicer place that is closer to the waterfalls and has a private had the private pool and hot tub and everything. So we ended up um, changing our reservations to an upgrade. So with that, because Katheryn doesn't seem to be coming back on today, we'll end here and see you next Friday at the same time. So many blessings. If you have any questions about this or the next retreat, please contact me on WhatsApp or message me through Facebook. Have a good day.